as you look at what's going on at Oakland and what's going on with our basketball program, I think that, you know, for me, 32 years, it's been a long journey. You know, I've been able to grow professionally with the school as the school's grown, and now we're to the stage that we all want to reap the benefits. Each individual player is on their own journey. These are guys that have been other places, they've come home, and now collectively, we're on a journey to try and win a championship and go to the NCAA tournament. Each one of them individually is on a journey of trying to find themselves for what they want to do in their lives with college basketball. Detroit is a different animal, okay? I think you pick the Detroit game and the Detroit series and you take it out of the equation of growth and the league and all that, and you put it out there on its own. You know, I created this anger and because they wouldn't let us in the league and, you know, all this story that led up. But, you know, we're in the league now. The fans of both sides have embraced this rivalry, and it's become that. And now I can step away and just try and worry about winning games. And going down to Callahan and winning is a big deal.
You know, we lost there last year. So, you know, it's a pretty big deal. It's good for the city to go back down there and get everybody together and just play in front of our families again.
The Metro Series is pretty big for both schools. You have fans that live very close to each other, and they can come watch a great game between two teams. They're just very hungry for a win, and then it's a rivalry, so you have basically kids from the same neighborhood almost going against each other, and that's just pride in itself playing against each other.
It's a territorial thing, you know, it's almost like the Hatfields and the McCoys, you know, when that game comes up. And it's not just for basketball, we have absorbed it as an athletics department, you know, like it's a big deal for us. That Metro Series Cup is a big deal for all of our student athletes.
Detroit is always a fiery game. They hate us, we hate them.
I know how I felt the last time I was in this room. Was it a good feeling, Kay? Well, it might have been the worst feeling I've ever had, to come in here and lose to them the first time. It's a matter of pride. It's a matter of pride, and we talked about it yesterday. Every possession on defense, you pressure that ball, you guard that ball, you check out, you do things right, and you have pride in yourself. And when this is over, we're going to walk off the floor like it meant nothing, and then we'll come up here and we'll know how we'll feel then, right?
Hey, into the paint with a nifty lead for Percy Gibson, who drives and lays it in off the window. On the block, Sharon Dorsey-Walker hands it off Jalen Hayes with a two-hand jam. Pass on the drive, right-hand floater is good.
It's all about defense. Keep defending.
Felder with the hesitation, step back, jump shot from Kay is perfect. Dorsey-Walker, pump fake, now launches a three at the buzzer. Sharon Dorsey-Walker hits the triple.
Long shots, long rebounds. Long shots and long rebounds. Go get me rebounds. Mellon, Sharon, Percy with two hands. Go get me rebounds.
Right side three, Sharon Dorsey-Walker all alone, and Sharon Dorsey-Walker does the trick. Kick out, catch and fire three is filled up. Off the bounce, will drive it under everyone, lays it up and in. Hogan backing in against Percy Gibson, goes up and under, and lays it in off the window. Jenkins turns it over, booted in the chest of Rechting, 4-on-2 for Oakland. Cooper, catch and fire three. Oh!
Call a timeout.
Max Cooper!
No threes! No threes!
It's a scrum. Who's got it? It squirts free again. Now it goes to midcourt. Trying to pick it up is McFauley. In the meantime, there's 1 second left. McFauley sends a shot up. It's no good. And the Golden Grizzlies win. 86-82.
needed this. We needed it. It was a team victory. We had some guys maybe didn't play as much or at all. We all soak in this because we know that through the next 15, 14 games, everyone's going to get an opportunity, and we need everybody. This is a team win. We had 4 guys in double figures. We had a bunch of guys rebound. Our defense is a team thing. This is fantastic. Fantastic. And how good does it feel? How good does it feel to sit in here and know that we're back? We're back. Right? We're back.
Yes, sir.
Hats off to getting on your feet again. Hats off to getting active, to a life with less pain, and to a revolutionary total knee replacement that keeps your healthy ACL intact. It's groundbreaking technology that promises faster recovery and more natural motion for your knee. So hats off to Dr. Jeffrey DeClaire, who pioneered the XP preserving knee right here in Michigan, and to the one place that helped make it all possible, the Advanced Joint Replacement Center at Crittenden. Get better here.
Ever since we first opened our doors, we've been committed to developing relationships with the very best local farmers. Because we thought that would be a sensible way to offer our customers the best, freshest produce at the lowest possible prices. Now, 80 years later, this whole locally grown thing has gotten pretty fashionable. Whoever thought common sense would be so cool, hip, and trendy? Come see for yourself.
OU Credit Union is a proud supporter of Oakland University Athletics.
At home or on the road,
OUCU is always there.
from fans
to family,
athletes
to coaches.
OUCU is proud to support every Golden Grizzly.
So we just wanted to say,
thank you, OUCU.
Thanks.
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 Thank you, OUCU.
Visit oucreditunion.org to learn more.
Anybody who knows anything about Oakland basketball, they know Coach Campy loves guys who can shoot the 3 ball.
Well, Max is a unique individual. As a player, he's a specialist. He's got a skill set, an unbelievable skill set.
He's a leader, but he's a kind of a lead by example leader. We know he doesn't talk much, but when he does, there's always something meaningful, and you should listen when he says something because he's been in college for 5 years, 6 years, and he knows about this game, you know, especially on the college level.
Ironically, my last name is Hooper, and no one in my family ever played basketball. When I was 4 years old, my dad and I were on a ski trip in Salt Lake City, Utah, and the Utah Jazz were playing. At the time, Karl Malone, John Stockton, dominant team. They were destroying some team on late night TV we were just watching in the hotel. And I told my dad, Dad, this is the best team. And my dad is from Chicago, and he said, no, there's this bald guy. He plays on the Chicago Bulls. He wears number 23. No, he's the best. I said, no, it's the Utah Jazz. Sure enough, they met that year in the finals, and history speaks for itself, but that's where I first started to love basketball, and then after that, it just got a hoop in the backyard and haven't looked back since.
Well-traveled is probably the best way to put it, even from his high school days. You know, he's kind of bounced around a bit.
He's put hours upon hours upon hours into his skill, and he's struggled to find the perfect match. And we were there out of high school, and he had a chance to go to Harvard. He didn't get to play a lot as a freshman, but I think if he'd have stayed there, he'd have had a good career. But it was Harvard.
After my freshman year at Harvard, I got my release and decided I was going to transfer, and sure enough, Coach Campy came calling again.
Well, he decided to transfer, and it looked like he was going to transfer to Oakland, and then St. John's came in. And now he's got a chance to play in the Big East. And he had some good games at St. John's, but basically, he was a guy they stuck out there, and if he made a couple shots, he got to stay in, and if he didn't, he'd come out.
But I didn't have the role that I envisioned for myself and the role that I felt like I had worked so hard for and that I deserved. I graduated from St. John's and had the opportunity to be a grad transfer, meaning I didn't have to sit out, which gave me the opportunity to come to Oakland.
And the third time was a charm. He finally decided to come to Oakland, and I think, Travis Bader had just set the all-time record in three-point shooting, and I think he envisioned himself, I can be the next Travis Bader.
Campy has had a long line of shooters, but I think Travis Bader is the most well-known. Obviously, he's the national leader in career-made threes, so you know he's pretty much the three-point king in college basketball if you look at it in those terms.
He's playing with great confidence. He believes he's the best shooter in the world, and that's what I want from him. I want him believing that. I want him thinking every time he touches the ball, it's going in the basket.
The kid is a freaking gym rat. You know, anytime you walk through the gym, there's a great chance that you're going to hear a ball bouncing or a swish going through the net, and it's Max Hooper in here shooting.
Max is everything, man. When his shot going up, it's hard to guard our whole team because you can't help off K, you can't help off me if I'm driving, you can't help off nobody if they're driving. And kicking it back out to Max is like it's a big deal for our team. He can shoot the ball.
He hasn't taken a two-point shot all season.
His three-pointer is going so good. We don't need him to take no twos right now. You know, three is better than two.
No, we don't want him shooting any twos. I keep hearing people say that three's greater than two.
He knows his role. He knows what Campy wants him to do, and he excels at that role, and that's perfect. All threes.
I've worked extremely hard, and I always have at every point because that's all I know, and that's what I believe will put me in the best position to succeed. And prior to coming to Oakland, I didn't feel like I wasn't reaping the benefits of my hard work to the extent that I thought I could, and I think that's something I was seeking, and so far I've found that here.
I think he finally woke up and understood that this is where he belonged.
What happens when you don't hire the right property management firm? Well, you start doing all the work yourself, which burns you out, which makes you sleepy. So you fall asleep at your son's baseball game, making you completely unaware of the fact that you should duck right about now. So now your head hurts, your son is embarrassed, and you're on your way to the hospital to swap your baseball cap and hot dog for a drafty gown and green Jell-O. Don't end up in a drafty gown eating green Jell-O. Aspect Properties, residential, commercial, property management. AspectProperties.com.
Honey, what are you doing? I thought you were getting your hair cut at Great Clips.
I am. Already checked in.
How?
Their sweet online check-in app. Why wait around there for a haircut when I can work on my body here? Ooh, I got a few more minutes. And pump it and squeeze it. Ooh, smile at me.
Introducing the online check-in app from Great Clips. No more waiting around because now we'll be waiting for you. Great Clips, it's gonna be great.
Ever since we first opened our doors, we've been committed to developing relationships with the very best local farmers. Because we thought that would be a sensible way to offer our customers the best, freshest produce at the lowest possible prices. Now, 80 years later, this whole locally grown thing has gotten pretty fashionable. Whoever thought common sense would be so cool, hip, and trendy? Come see for yourself.
When I arrived here in 1979, 80, you know, I think the student population was 8,500. I could be wrong, but now, you know, pushing 22,000, on our way to 25,000, fastest growing school in the state, and you can see obvious change. Upon my arrival, there was even a transition then from a coach that started the program, that had it on a verge of winning a championship, winning that national championship in that first year we were here, second the next year, and then went on a string of where we finished top 2 or 3 in the country for another 10 or 12 years before both teams started breaking through and winning national championships.
When I came to Oakland, I realized that there was something different here, something special. When I came on the trips, I was looking at the team and how the team bonded together, just because I wanted to be able to be comfortable and to fit in where I was. So when I got here, I realized that the people on this team are hardworking individuals. They care about swimming a lot. I realized that they wouldn't have a problem accepting anyone. I planned on coming out to my team pretty early on. I knew that they deserved that kind of respect. I need to be myself around them, and they need to be themselves around me. I came out to the men's team first, and I came out to them at a cabin trip that we did at the beginning of the season. I think it was the second weekend. And everyone goes around the campfire telling personal stories, funny stories of their past. And it came to mine, and I felt as if that was the perfect time to come out to let them know who I actually am.
I don't think athletics really sees color. I don't think they see race. That's what's nice, you know. And I've had, believe it or not, even in the sport of swimming, I've had a very, very diverse team for a long time. With Art, no big deal. You know, Art's Art. He's just a wonderful young man. He's a great athlete. He's just a joy to be around. And I don't think people in our program even give it a second thought.
He's told me before that it doesn't matter if I'm gay or straight. What it matters is if I'm like a good person, a good teammate to my teammates, if I perform in the pool, if I practice hard, if I study well. I know that not everyone gets that opportunity. I know that people face a lot of hardships with this issue. So the fact that the whole team just decided that this is totally normal, that this is the way it should be, is surprising, and it was actually very relieving, because I just felt like a weight, like cliche, I felt like a weight was lifted off of my shoulders. I definitely get a sense of family with my teammates, with other teams, the athletic department, my coaches. They all care about me as a student, as a swimmer, as an athlete, and to be a Golden Grizzly is to accept everyone, no matter who they are, what their preferences are.
There is that sense of family, and I think maybe it's just because the consistency. We have coaches here that have spent their entire professional careers coaching here at Oakland University. Me, 36 years, Coach Campy, I think, is 5 years behind me. And I think when you have that kind of longevity, I think that maybe, you know, that's the anchor, because there is that consistency. You're not always learning a new way of doing things. There's, you know, the culture kind of grows, and it's not constantly changing. Hopefully it's evolving and it's growing.
Last season, we won our 37th consecutive conference championship, which is a testament to the culture. I believe that the conference championships aren't won because of an individual. It's won because of the team of each individual and what every individual brings. I believe that every person on this team is unique, and I believe that every single person on this team brings something to our culture.
Hey, Ralph Punzel.
Oh, hey, Ronnie.
Where are you headed?
Great Clips.
You're getting a haircut?
I checked in already. Using their online check-in.
Online check?
It saves you time.
You're getting a haircut.
Why? Thinking about applying to astronaut school.
That's cool.
Okay, I'll see you, Ronnie.
Next time, save time. Download the online check-in app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
OU Credit Union is a proud supporter of Oakland University Athletics.
At home or on the road.
OUCU is always there.
From fans
to family.
Athletes
to coaches.
OUCU is proud to support every Golden Grizzly.
So we just wanted to say,
thank you, OUCU.
Thanks.
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 Thank you, OUCU.
Visit oucreditunion.org to learn more.
What happens when you don't hire the right property management firm? Well, you start doing all the work yourself, which burns you out, which makes you sleepy. So you fall asleep at your son's baseball game, making you completely unaware of the fact that you should duck right about now. So now your head hurts, your son is embarrassed, and you're on your way to the hospital to swap your baseball cap and hot dog for a drafty gown and green jello. Don't end up in a drafty gown eating green jello. Aspect Properties, residential, commercial, property management. AspectProperties.com.
We really talk to them about being conscious of where you're deciding, especially with in-state kids, because when you go out of state, those out-of-state schools don't necessarily have the, they don't have to take care of you like they would take care of one of their own, you know. Us, on the other hand, especially with the in-state school, especially with a kid from Detroit who's literally 30 minutes from campus, we have an obligation to make sure that kid is successful here.
We want to win this game. And to win this game, we got to take this away, right? And Benzinger gets rid of it quick, so you got to be there and be on him. Okay, so let's do the same thing. Well, Martez Walker, I've known Martez since he was probably a freshman in high school.
Melon is what we call him, Mel. Mel was a kid, you know, he's one of those Persian guys that we recruited, you know, way back in the day. And I remember calling him and Kay on the same day. And so, like, our relationship with him goes way back to his early high school years.
Rick Barnes, then coach at Texas, called me and, you know, he said, Greg, he and I are very close friends. He said, Greg, can Martez play at Texas? And I wanted to start crying, you know, because, yeah, he can play at Texas, but I want him to play at Oakland.
I was down there, got into a situation that I thought I'd never get in, and it was just horrible. It took my moment away. Like, I just didn't feel the same. I just felt like, I didn't feel like a basketball player anymore. I just felt like just a normal person living life again. And I had to go through all these paperwork and process just to clear my name and clear everything up. It was terrible.
His high school coach that reached out to me, and I've known the kid and I know he's a good kid. I know Martez is a good kid. So he came over and we said to him, okay, Martez, you can come here, but you're gonna have to pay your own way. Then we're gonna have to find out what really happened. And the truth of the matter is, if something did happen, you're not gonna play at Oakland.
Yeah, he had very high expectations for me to come here.
It was very clearly stated from the get-go what the expectation was, you know. And part of that was going to take a mental shift for Martez in growing up.
Well, everything was dropped, nothing happened, and here he is. And, you know, things are working out pretty good for that young man.
Here we go, Mel.
I give Coach Campy a lot of credit because, you know, with all the things surrounding that whole situation, it could have been very easy for him to just kind of push back and say, you know, this isn't the right time, this isn't the right fit, you know, for Oakland. But Coach has a huge heart.
No school wanted me besides Campy, and that's just something I couldn't overlook. Now I'm back here to help my high school point guard I played with, Khalil Felder, and just trying to get it right here at Oakland.
Definitely, that's great for him getting that second chance. He seized the opportunity from my standing, and that's great because no one else wanted to take a chance on him, and Oakland did, and I'm grateful for that, to have my brother with me.
Having a big brother on the team and having another dude, K, on the team, it's really helped him a lot and helped him grow, you know, as a person.
It's been a bit of a struggle for him just trying to fit in. Once he gets through that, he's going to be, you know, a guy who scores a lot of points. You know, he'll be I think he's an all-league level player before he's out of here.
I just hope we get better. Like I said, every game, and I got my brothers with me, behind me, and they're going to be there for me. So when you get that bond with these different players and different teammates, man, that's something nobody can break up. Oakland was always a thought of mine and something I wanted to do. growing up, and my first decision wasn't my best decision. So now that I'm here, and this guy right here gave me that second chance, it's a very blessed thing to have.
I love this guy, man, and he's going to be a great player, and he's going to get his degree, right?
Yes, sir.
Every team has its own journey, it has its own story, and I mean, every team has its challenges. It's a winding road, you know, but you got to stay committed to the process. Yeah, we had some disappointments early in the year, but you know what? That also may have been just what we needed to right the ship and learn from those mistakes. Because as someone once told me, when you lose games, you got to learn from them, you know, and I think that this team has done a great job of learning and adjusting, making the adjustments necessary to hopefully, you know, have a successful end to this whole thing. But when we get to March, we'll find out, you know, if those adjustments was just what the doctor ordered at that time, even though it didn't feel so good.
Oakland basketball fans, it's time to wear the bear as the men's and women's teams head into the postseason. For more information, call 248-370-4000 or visit goldengrizzlies.com.
Hats off to getting on your feet again. Hats off to getting active, to a life with less pain, and to a revolutionary total knee replacement that keeps your healthy ACL intact. It's groundbreaking technology that promises faster recovery and more natural motion for your knee. So hats off to Dr. Jeffrey DeClaire, who pioneered the XP preserving knee right here in Michigan, and to the one place that helped make it all possible, the Advanced Joint Replacement Center at Crittenden. Get better here.